Hey guys, it's Justin.claver here again with another video for you. Today I was going to go over pranic healing, how to utilize it to heal the human body, also for psychotherapy and for crystal healing. And it's a few books that I wanted to go over by a master known as Master Choa Koksui. And in these books, he talks about color pranic healing, using that color pranic healing to help with psychotherapy, as well as any ailments of the body or illnesses of the body, and then also using crystals for that same purpose as well. But I'll go ahead and dive in here. The first book I was going to talk about is Pranic Healing by Master Choa Koksui, and this is what it looks like. Let me see right here. It was made in 1990, I believe, and you may be able to find a copy online. I think his books are kind of hard to come by because they're not being reproduced here modernly now. So they may be difficult to find and may be expensive as well. But you can check on Amazon and see if maybe they're available for you there. I'll also drop the links for the books in the description down below. But a few things that are talked about in the book Pranic Healing is the nature of pranic healing, auras of the bioplasmic body, cleansing and energizing the 11 major chakras, treatments for simple and serious cases, self-healing, distant pranic healing, color pranic healing, advanced treatments, illumination techniques, and seed ideas. But what I'm going to pull from the book today is just the 11 major chakras that he talks about using, and the color pranic healing from the book, as well as sweeping and cleansing of the auric body before energizing the body with prana. So the 11 major chakras would be the crown chakra at the top here, the forehead chakra, which would be right at the hairline here, or right at the midline, right below the hairline there. And then you have the ajna chakra right at the brow. Then you have the throat chakra, the front heart chakra, the front solar plexus chakra, which is right at the diaphragm. Then you have the front spleen chakra, which is over to the left side of the body, in the midsection of the abdomen. In the upper left section of the abdomen is where the spleen is located. And then you have the navel chakra, the sex chakra, or the I guess you could call it the sacral chakra. And then you have the Mang Min chakra, which is on the back end of the back, in the middle behind where the navel would be, and that's located between both of the kidneys. That's the Mang Min chakra. And then you have the basic chakra, which is at the base of the spine or at the perineum, where I located at. So he talks about utilizing these different chakra points for collecting pranic energy into those points and then projecting it from those chakra points into the hands to project it into another patient's body to do the healing. But what you want to do is always sweep and cleanse the human body of the patient that you're going to be working on before you do any kind of energizing or projecting of energy into the different chakra points or to a particular place that has pain or something like that. And there's two hand positions that are associated with the sweeping or cleansing. And it's the cupped hand position, where you cup your hands like this, and then there's the spread finger position, where you keep your fingers spread out like that. And they're used alternatively. The cupped hand position is more effective in removing diseased bioplasmic matter, while the spread finger position is more effective in combing or disentangling the health rays and straightening them out to where they project energy and receive energy much more easily. And this should be performed before energizing to reduce the risk of causing adverse effects on the patient. So always do the sweeping or cleansing before you do any kind of projecting of energy to the body. It also removes congested or diseased bioplasmic matter. It also helps with blocked meridians or channels, and those are cleansed and unclogged, and allows prana to flow freely to the affected parts of the body, facilitating the healing process and allowing it to speed up, be much faster to heal than if you were to just project prana into the patient. it's much better to do the sweeping or cleansing first. That way you get any of the dirty, diseased bioplasmic matter out of the body, and you're able to put fresh, clean prana into their body to help with the healing. And then it also expels toxins, wastes, germs, and the dirty or diseased bioplasmic matter. It disentangles and strengthens the health rays of the health aura, which acts as a protective shield and increases resistance against infections. It also seals holes in the auric field which leak prana. So if you do the sweeping and the cleansing beforehand, it'll seal the auric field around the patient. So whenever you project the energy into the patient, it'll hold and stay with the patient for longer, and will facilitate healing process better in that patient. It also helps with the absorption of prana, and it's greatly increased. It also distributes excess prana throughout the body to prevent congestion. So if there's more prana located in the Ajna chakra, you can move that excess prana throughout the rest of the body, and it'll help equalize and normalize the rest of the chakra points in the body, as well as the auric field of the patient. And it also keeps radical reaction reduced, and it's avoided by simply sweeping thoroughly on the patient. So always do the sweeping or cleansing before you project any energy into a patient, and also for yourself. You can do it on yourself as well. And I'll in a later video, I'll go over exactly how to do the sweeping or cleansing. That way you know exactly what to do with your hands and everything like that. And I'll show you how to do that. But moving on from there, we go to the different colors used in color pranic healing, and we're going to go ahead and start with red prana. And this prana is used for strengthening, vitalizing, or cultivating a vigorous health. It's also used for warming the body. It's used for distributive, improved circulation throughout the body for like the blood, and also for the energy meridians throughout the body. It's also constructive. It's used for rapid tissue or cellular repair. It sustains the visible physical body, so it gives you a younger kind of looking a body. It helps with the aging process. It also vitalizes the blood and tissues and skeletal system, and it's used for stimulating and activating different chakra points throughout the body as well. What it's mostly used for is for internal and external wounds, broken bones, allergies, a sluggish or weakened organs or parts throughout the body, general tiredness or weakening. It's also used for paralysis to help you get moving again. It's also used for reviving unconscious patients, and also for reviving and prolonging the life of dying patients, and it's also used for measles. So you would use this red prana for all kinds of things, as far as helping to repair different tissues and organs throughout the body, and helping to increase vigor and to strengthen the body as well. Moving on from the red prana, we go to orange prana, and this is used for expelling. It's also eliminative, decongesting, cleansing. It's used for loosening. It loosens the diseased or bioplasmic matter, so you can force that matter out of the patient and clear it out of the patient. It's also used for melting. It's used for extracting or abstracting. It's used for splitting, exploding, and it's also destructive. Moving on to the applications of the orange prana. It's used for all ailments related to expelling or the elimination of waste, germs, toxins, and diseased bioplasmic matter. It greatly helps with kidney or bladder ailments. It's also used for constipation. It's used for menstrual problems. It's used for removing blood clots. It's also used for arthritis, cysts, colds, coughs, and lung problems. The only thing about this prana is that it's very potent, though, and should not be used on delicate organs like the eyes, the brain, or the heart. and using intense energizing of this prana can cause a detached retina or hemorrhage of the brain, and it should not be used for appendicitis, as this can cause a rupture. So be careful with orange prana whenever you're trying to use this prana to heal a patient, and just to keep in mind those different things about it. That way you don't cause any adverse effects on the patient. Moving on from orange prana, we have green prana, and this is used for breaking down things. It's also used for digestive problems, decongesting, detoxifying, disinfecting, dissolving, loosening of diseased bioplasmic matter. And the applications for it are the breaking down of blood clots, used as a disinfectant, also used for colds, fevers, used in localizing cleansing for decongesting and loosening stubborn diseased bioplasmic matter. So the green prana is a milder and safer prana than orange prana. And it is a safety precaution to project light green prana first before energizing any part of the body with more potent prana such as orange, red, or violet. So you would always project the green, light green prana into the affected area first, and then apply that orange prana, the red prana, or the violet prana to that part. The light green prana is always used first before the light orange prana, and not orange prana first, or using both simultaneously. You don't want to use both simultaneously or the orange prana first. You always want to use the light green first, and then either apply those together or separate. And when both the orange and green prana are projected simultaneously, the effects are multiplied several times, and the effects can be very destructive, especially the darker shades of the color. So these, when used simultaneously, these can be used on tumors, and they can actually help to disintegrate or destroy the tumors to where they stop growing. All right, moving on from the green prana, we have yellow prana, and this is used for cohesion and or cementing. It's used for assimilating or multiplying and growth. It's also used for stimulating the effect on the nerves, initiating or starting something in the body. What it's used for, the applications for it, or for wounds or fractured bones, skin problems, cellular repairs, and one thing I would warn about when using yellow prana, I would not use it to treat tumors due to the growth factor of it. You don't want to grow the tumors. So I've also heard that the green prana has a growth aspect to it, but I think if you don't program that green prana when projecting it into the body, it won't do that. And I think if you use the orange prana simultaneously with the green prana, it'll produce that destructive effect that Choa Koksui talks about in his book. But moving on from yellow prana, we have blue prana, and this is a strong disinfectant. It's also used for inhibiting different chakra points or energy throughout the body. It's also used for localizing or contracting certain points of the body. It's also used for soothing and as a mild anesthetic. It's also used for cooling, and it's also used for pliability or flexibility. So you could project this energy into a stiff part of the, like a stiff muscle or something like that, and that'll help to bring flexibility to that part. You would project the blue prana into whatever the part of the body you're trying to get flexible, and then from there you would project red prana to re-energize that body part or something like that, so that you don't have the inhibiting effects that the blue prana actually projects into that body part. And the applications of the blue prana are ailments due to infection, so any kind of infections. It also helps with removing pain. It helps with inflammation. It also inhibits the chakras or organs and motor action, like I was talking about. It also helps with rest or sleep, inducing sleep. and it also helps to stop bleeding, and it helps with fevers. And moving on from the blue prana, we have violet prana, which is the last prana that they talk about in the book. And this has the properties of all the other 5 pranas, and it is very potent. It's used for severe ailments and not commonly used for mild ailments. The light violet or green violet prana is for rapid healing of partially damaged internal organs like gastric ulcers. And it's also used for severe infections such as syphilis or pneumonia. And just a disclaimer for you, pranic healing can be used to treat several illnesses and ailments, but it's not a substitute for immediate medical attention. So if you really have a problem, it's best to go see your doctor and have them help you out with that illness or disease, because the pranic healing, unless it's done by a very grand master, you may not have very immediate effects. It will take several treatments to get some kind of effect on the body from regular people and stuff using these practices or techniques. And moving on from the pranic healing, we have pranic psychotherapy. And here's the book. This is what it looks like here. And in this book, it goes over some different things. It talks about how to use prana to help deal and treat with stress, anxiety, hysteria, phobias, traumas, compulsions, drug addiction or smoking, as well as depression, treating violent or paranoid patients, and then also helping mentally challenged or mentally retarded patients, and also helps with grief as well. So I'm just going to go over what you could do to help alleviate stress or anxiety in the body, as well as how to treat depression using this pranic healing. And I'll go ahead and jump into that. So when you're beginning to do this, you will scan all the major chakra points and use your intuition to feel if one or many of them are out of balance. And you'll perform general sweeping to clear out that energy in those chakra points, to normalize them and to equilibrate the body, to bring the energy into a normalized state in those chakra points. You would apply light violet or electric violet light to the front and back of the solar plexus chakras. So there's one in the front and there's also one on the back of your body. And with what you would apply this violet energy with localized sweeping and energizing. You would use the crown hand chakras technique, where you would breathe into the crown chakra and see it light up with light violet or electric violet light, and then you would project that energy down through your head into your chest chakra to the heart chakra, down through your arms into your hands, and then project that energy into the point on the body that you're trying to heal. And the cleansing and energizing should be done alternatively until the patient feels a degree of relief. So start with the cleansing or the sweeping, and then energize those points, and then repeat the cleansing, and then also repeat the energizing, and see how the patient feels after a little while. If any chakra point is overactive, the chakra can be stabilized or normalized and inhibited by projecting light blue prana to the chakra using the throat hand chakra. So you would just breathe into the throat chakra and you would see it light up with light blue light, and then you would project that chakra from your throat chakra down to your heart chakra, out through your arms, into your hands, and then into the patient. And then moving on from doing the sweeping and the energizing to the solar plexus chakras, you would move on to the front and back heart chakras. But you would only energize the heart chakra through the back with light violet prana or electric violet prana. And this produces a soothing or calming effect on the patient. The reason you don't want to project energy into the front heart chakra point is because it will cause serious heart congestion, and it could, if they already have heart congestion, it could make it even worse. So you want to just project this energy into the back of the heart on the back heart chakra point. And then you want to also check the crown, ajna, and throat chakras, and see about cleaning them, cleansing them, and energizing them with light violet or electric violet prana, which actually cleans the mind of negative thoughts and feelings related to stress or anxiety. It's also used to treat migraines, and if the Ajna chakra is overactivated, inhibit it with energizing it with light blue prana, using the throat hand chakra technique that I just talked about. And some of the stress or anxiety energy from the solar plexus can go to the root or basic chakra at the base of the spine. What you want to do is apply through localized sweeping and energizing the basic chakra with white prana. And moving on from that, you would also maybe divide the chakras into 4 equal points and search to see which areas of each one of the chakra points you're treating, if they have any kind of bulges, or if you feel there's more energy in one section than the other. You would use generalized sweeping to equalize the energy within each one of those chakras that have those bulges or excess energy. And when you're done with this, it is also necessary to create auric shields for the chakras and a shield for the whole body. This will facilitate and shorten the healing process, and it will also help contain that energy into the patient to extend the healing process for that patient. And moving on from anxiety and stress, we go to depression. And what usually causes depression is a depleted energy body or depleted energy centers throughout the body. You want to scan all the major chakra points and apply general sweeping to those chakra points. You'll apply localized sweeping and energizing on the hand chakras here, and also on the feet at the soles in the middle of the feet. And then as well as the basic chakra, the navel chakra, the spleen chakra, and the solar plexus chakra. All of these have a front and back, except for the basic chakra. That's just the one point at the perineum or at the base of the spine. And you want to use light red prana using the basic hand chakras technique. So you would pull this light red chakra prana into your basic chakra or root chakra, and then you would project that energy into your heart chakra, out through your arms, into your hands, and then into the patient, into the different areas that you're trying to treat. And you would repeat this treatment twice a week or more, depending on the situation. The same goes for anxiety and stress. You would repeat this treatment on the patient several times, and it'll help alleviate these different psychotherapy ailments. But now we're going to go ahead and move into pranic crystal healing. And here's the book associated with that. Here's what it looks like. And in the book, it discusses 3 essential properties of crystals, how cleansing a crystal, how to cleanse a crystal, cleansing a crystal using electric violet light or prayer, also for charging or programming the crystal, as well as stabilizing the crystal. It also goes into how to increase instantly your healing power, how to cleanse and energize with a laser quartz crystal, how to use crystals for color pranic healing, and how to increase the power of your crystal. It also goes into when not to wear crystals, because there's certain ailments and diseases in the body that the crystals can actually amplify if you're wearing them on a regular basis. So it goes over that in the book to make sure that you don't increase adverse effects on the body using crystals. But I'm just going to go into how to cleanse a crystal, also how to program and instruct it, also how to charge the crystal, and how to stabilize the crystal from the book. And the rest of the information, you can pick up the book for yourself and read it and check it out. It's got a lot of dense information in it. All the books do, the Pranic Psychotherapy as well as Pranic Healing. So I'm going to go into cleansing now. What you can use is water and salt, or incense, or both to cleanse a crystal. What you would do with the water or salt, you would get about 1 liter of water and put it in a bowl, and then you would also add a handful of salt. So you want to get quite a bit, whatever fills the palm of your hand, and then put that into the water. And what you would do is you would soak the crystal in the water for an extended period of time, about 30 minutes or more. And then you would begin to rub the crystal for 2 to 3 minutes, expelling the negative thought programs or imprints on the crystal, as well as any dirty energy that might be in the crystal, into the water, so that it can be transformed and cleansed into fresh, clean pranic energy. What you can also do is project electric violet prana to remove psychic impregnations or previous programming. It also removes dirty energy from the crystal. Same thing, you would use the crown hand chakra technique, where you project the violet light, or electric violet light into your crown chakra, project it down to your heart chakra, out through your arms, throughout your hands, into the crystal, and then see that energy being projected into the crystal. And then you could connect that crystal to a center at the center of the earth, or to a center in the top of the universe. And then you could remove that negative energy into the earth, while projecting good and balanced, as well as violet energy from the top of the universe into the crystal, cleansing the crystal, while simultaneously adding that pranic energy into the crystal to charge it as well. And you could also use the LBRP, or the Lesser Banishing Ritual, the pentagram, to cleanse a crystal and remove the above statements, or the psychic impregnations, or previous programming of a crystal. That's another way that you could go about it. And the LBRP is much more powerful as far as doing this, and it will activate all the different elements and equalize them in the crystal, as well as banish those impregnations or programming and dirty energy out of the crystal. But moving on from cleansing, we go to programming and instructing. And what you could do is you could either verbally say out loud the instructions that you want to give the crystal. So if you wanted protection against certain things, you could instruct the crystal to do that for you, or to instruct the crystal with a archangel or angel, so you have a greater connection to that angel or archangel throughout the day while you're holding the crystal on your body. That's one way to go about it. Then you also have a mental way of doing it. You could just silently or mentally give the instructions to the crystal, just by sending your thought power to the crystal. There's also the way of using mind intent to instruct a crystal or program a crystal. And this is simply making an intention without the use of words, either verbally or mentally. And this is more like imprinting like imagery, or using emotions to impregnate your programming to the crystal. But moving on to charging. To charge the crystal, you would do several cycles of pranic breathing. So you're breathing in a bunch of pranic energy into your body, into a certain point in your body that you want to project that energy out of. You don't necessarily have to use electric violet light to program a crystal. You could use white light, or any color of light that you want to use, depending on the certain attributes that you want to amplify in the crystal for use or programming. But you would do several cycles of pranic breathing to pull that pranic energy into your body. You would direct your palms towards the crystal, and you would breathe pranic energy into the crystal for at least 20 rounds. And you would simultaneously instruct the crystal to absorb that energy, and then you would stabilize it afterwards. And moving on from charging to stabilizing, to minimize the escaping of pranic energy absorbed by the crystal. That's what stabilizing is used for. You could either paint or project a light whitish blue or light blue energy around the crystal, and this can be done through visualization of a blue film surrounding the crystal, or projecting the energy while simultaneously imagining or intending that the crystal be covered with light whitish blue light, or an aura, and this maintains the potency of the crystal. So first, you would always want to cleanse a crystal first before you use it, and then you would I would charge the crystal first, so that it has the energy in there, and then you would program or instruct that energy in the crystal to do whatever you're trying to manifest in the world or bring into your sphere of influence. And then you could invoke different archangels or angels or different mantras associated with other gods and other religions and stuff like that, whatever they help you with. And then you would stabilize that energy in the crystal so that it maintains the potency of that crystal for an extended period of time. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to go over today in this video. I'm definitely going to make another video where I go over the sweeping or cleansing of the body, as well as how to project that energy from your hands or any other part of your body for healing and stuff like that. That's discussed in the Pranic Healing book. I'll go over that a little bit, and I'll make another video on that, or I'll share some of the passages in a couple posts on my Patreon page, or on YouTube, or on my social media platforms. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to go over today. If you enjoy the video, go ahead and give it a like. Go ahead and comment and share it with other people. And you could also subscribe to the channel. I'll definitely be posting more videos frequently throughout this year and the next year. We'll see how many videos I end up posting on here, because there's a lot of information that I want to kind of give out to the general public, so that they can use it for their own good, for other people, and help make the world a better place. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.